Yo, what is up everyone? This is Francois from PlayerEssence.com and welcome to another episode of PlayerEssence Across Nintendo. So I wasn't going to do an episode this week and I wasn't even going to talk about this subject because Nintendo always files patents for things and some stuff gets made, some stuff doesn't. There's been all sorts of patents for like holographic discs and all sorts of stuff that was made back in 2008 and we never saw anything of it. There was a Wii Vitality sensor that was patented and was actually shown off, and that was never anything. We've got patents for quality of life. There's all sorts of stuff. Nintendo always patents things, and but this one is interesting because at first I just wrote it off because people saying, oh, there's no optical disc drive, and kind of just leaving it at that. But there's a lot more to it based on the patent, and it very well could mean Nintendo's next systems, let's say the NX and whatever else they have for a platform, a handheld, and a console, intertwine with each other, can share the same game library, can use actual SD memory for game storage or for the actual game, so you can put them in your handheld platform and you can put them in your console, or a high capacity card. And there were some people that were kind of like freaking out about this, like, oh my god, there's no optical disc, the NX is doomed and all this stuff. I'm just like, whoa, 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 whoa. After reading some of this stuff, no, this is anything but that. This is actually a pretty good deal if it turns out being like everything that I'm thinking that it's going to be, which is basically like the fusion concept of a platform with a handheld and a console, and they can share a library of games, cross saves, instant saves, stuff like that, to where you can just be playing your game on the console, and then when you go on the go, it automatically syncs and has that same game on your platform that you can play. That would be freaking amazing, and no more game droughts if Nintendo has that. For the most part, if it shares libraries. But on NeoGAF, there was a member named Syntax. He actually basically translated this whole patent and cut out all the fluff, and I want to go over some of the details that he had here because it's pretty freaking interesting. Now remember, this is not a final version of the NX. This might not even be the NX. We have no clue what this is. It's all just a patent that might come out, might not. There still needs to be final revisions. I mean, there's all sorts of stuff. But let's take a look at what Syntax had to say about this. So here we go. I simply translated the patent to the best of my ability, cutting out the fluff. There's a lot of fluff. It's a game console. The example console has no disk drive. You connect it to a television and play video games. The example is totally of a digital-only console, but this is in no way restricts any other NX hardware to be exactly that, says patent. Digital only can be made on the cheap though, says patent. Passage literally confirming NX device with a disk drive bolted in my notes. So there we go. Passage literally confirming NX with a disk drive. Other hardware configs not needed necessarily, including a HUD, like say a portable device. Has HUD, internet, CPU, GPU, RAM like a home console would. OS kernel has its own memory, and it's fast, so the console can boot faster. Can check if the main OS has been tampered with by checking additional storage and restore corrupted high security data. OS has full multitasking support. You can download games to the console. Games install to HUD. Games have code for more than one hardware configuration, and the hardware determines what code is the right one to run. NX is a platform like iOS. It has this. External hard drives can be connected and you can install games to them. Can emulate different HUD read/write speeds, primarily for games that have special code for external HUDs. Can seemingly pretend that the HUD is an optical disc as well. Speed control. Controller with rechargeable battery, Pro Controller, ? Interesting passages. Controller with a screen. Gamepad support. Could be a new controller too. Will probably have at least the functionality of a gamepad. Can charge the gamepad equivalent by plugging it into the console. Save files are now stored on the HUD. And then he says, oh my gosh, wow. Bolded could be interrupted as being the off-touted high texture download option. Can read/write SD cards. This allows for retail distribution or OS updates using SD cards. Really, any data that you can think of putting on an SD card can be used. No confirmation of anything. So that's basically what the summary of the patent says. And if all that is true, the NX is turning out to be, or whatever this device that could come out to be freaking awesome. I would be completely stoked if this device, I mean, there's still more as far as the actual power of anything, but if this device actually ends up coming into fruition and there's more variants of this, as let's say a handheld version and a console base, it is going to be awesome, and I'm going to be very excited. And I could see, if this does turn out to be what the NX is, why third-party developers would get hyped about something like this, because not only can you sell your platform basically digitally if you want to just do it digitally, or you can sell it on both things. So if Nintendo comes up with that handheld base, you can sell on both of them, and it can just be cross-play, cross-buy, and the console seems like it's far more capable than the Wii U ever will be. I mean, the multitasking capabilities and all sorts of really cool stuff, really fast read-write speeds with the SD card, and if it can store games on there. I mean, SD cards are huge as far as massive in size. A lot of them are way bigger than the Blu-ray disc, that Microsoft and Sony use for 50 gigabytes. There are SD cards or micro SD that hold up to 128 gigabytes, really large data, 64, and just as long as Nintendo can get the price cheap, which I don't think they would do this unless it could be on the cheap. There's no way they're going to release a system that uses like these SD cards or cartridge media and it's more expensive than what's out there, or a lot more expensive. It might be slightly the same price or a little bit more, but it's not going to be anything that's going to detriment the business of these third-party developers, because Nintendo knows that they need to get these third-party developers whatever device comes out next. So at first I was writing this off, and wrongfully so, but now that I actually got a chance to read that full passage and kind of look about everything instead of just seeing the headlines, I think this could be freaking amazing. Some people like say, oh, I love my physical media. I think Nintendo would still have some sort of physical media to where you could get, and I think it would be a card slot. I think if they did do this, it would be a cartridge slot, and you'd be able to share games with the handheld variant of the NX or whatever their next platform is for the handheld. Because I do think that they're going to come out with both, but I just don't think it's going to be something crazy like completely different architectures like the 3DS and the Wii U. It's going to be something to where it's very similar, easy to put games on there. So it's going to be interesting. I mean, let me know what you guys think. I am stoked about this. Hopefully it comes true, and hopefully third-party developers jump on it. And it looks like, from all the things that we've heard about so far, things are going smooth as far as the rumors go. And I think this NX thing, it's chugging along, or this next platform for Nintendo is chugging along. I just think that they're really biding their time. They're really waiting, making sure that they can make it as strong as possible, make it as best as they can, and then when it's ready to go, they'll release the system. I think it's still 2016, that's just my opinion, just because the Wii U is just really, if it was doing better, I think that they could hold off a little bit, but the fact that the sales are actually going down year on year, like last year for July MPD, it was actually down, so I just think that Nintendo, they're really trying to just prep it, and when it's ready to go, if it's ready to go next year, they'll do it next year. If it's not ready, then they'll wait if they have to do more games. But if they launch it with like some of the really big games like Legend of Zelda, and if they have a brand new Mario, maybe they have a Metroid getting ready, I think they'll do okay. But all that's just speculation. I just want to get my thoughts out on this because a lot of people have been messaging me about it, and I just wanted to get a little bit more information before I said anything. But after reading over everything as far as the translated patent goes, I think it's looking good, but that's just my opinion. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. I would love to hear from you guys, and please hit that like button if you did like this video. Let me know you guys want more videos and more PlayerEssence across Nintendo just like this one, and also subscribe if you're someone new, because right here on PlayerEssence you're going to get a variety of shows based on Microsoft, Sony, and of course Nintendo. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and we will see you for the next video. Peace.